Welcome viewers to another live stream from Time to Go. In this live stream we're going to be looking at the first ride out this year in the sunny weather. It was a sunny morning this morning, so I went out for a quick ride. We're going to go show you what the ride was like. We're also going to look at the wireless connection of Android Auto to the NT1100. We got that connected today, and the video will be coming shortly with that showing how to do that. And also we had a flat battery on the NT1100, and I'll show you what happened with that. My fault entirely, I think, but you can make a judgment yourself. So let's go over to the video. So here's the video of me riding out this morning, and it was actually sunny, which makes a change. I had the tank bag on. I also had me rear camera, the V-Stisto camera system, which is fitted on there. We're also all up and running now, as you know. And I also had Android Auto working as well. Now I had Android Auto connected via the USB cable at this instance. You can see the cable going across there, and I had the phone in my pocket on this occasion. Now, while I was riding along, I had a bit of an issue with the Android Auto. We were connected with the cable. As you can see, the cable was there, and you can see now it says Android Auto connected on the screen there. But what happened is that there was because Android Auto had disconnected, and it connected back up again, and it came on its own for some reason or other. I don't know why. And you can see there it's messing about. I'm not touching any switches or anything, but it's doing all sorts of funny things on its own, and eventually it went off and it didn't come back on again. So what I did, I stopped the motorbike and I took the USB lead out, and I also disconnected the phone as well, and it didn't work. It started back up again, but it started tripping out. So what I had to do then, I turned everything off, the bike and everything else, and restarted everything, the phone, the connection, and I carried on the bike ride to see what would happen. Here it happened again, I think, somewhere here. And you'll see that's what happened. The Android Auto went off for no apparent reason. Now, I checked the cables, the leads, because I plugged the Android Auto in my car. And if I plug the Android Auto in my car with the USB leads that I have, it works perfectly. There's no errors, there's no issues, no problems. So I basically gave up on it for there, and continued on the ride down a nice sunny country lane. Now these are the lanes we've got in Kent. It was a nice morning. It was nice, and it was cold, but it wasn't too cold. It was nice and sunny. So the Android Auto kicked back in again, which was good. And I'm not too sure if it went off again, but it might have done. But as you can see, it's quite a nice morning, and the NT1100 is cruising along nicely. And this is what motorcycling's all about. I can't wait to get a few more rides in when we get the better weather, and also time off when the weather is good. So I went out for a ride, and I parked up. I think it was here. I did a U-turn here actually. The turning circle of the NT1100 is really, really good. As you'll see here, this video that I've done here will be posted on the channel once I clean it all up and make it look a bit better. A lot better than what this is. This is just the raw footage that I took while I was out, and it's just a bit of a preview. So here is the U-turn on the NT. Now there's nothing coming the other way, thank goodness. I checked, and it does a full turn in the width of the road, which is not too bad. And the Android Auto is still working at this point, which is even better. So I pulled over to the right because I wanted to do a quick look around the bike and give people an idea what it was like after 2,000 miles. I've done 2,100 miles, I think, on this bike now, which is quite a lot. So what I did, I stopped the bike and then I did a little tour around the bike. I basically went home. So that was that video. Now also the Android Auto, the wireless Android Auto. That's the most important one really for this video. And I have a video here. Now I've spent all day today trying to get Android Auto working on the this phone here, which is the Galaxy S10. That's this phone here. I've got it working perfectly on the Pixel 7, which is this one, and I'll show you that in a minute. But this one here, it won't work. I've tried everything. I've tried it on a USB cable, and I've also tried it on the wireless adapter as well, and it won't work. It says it could be something to do with the power settings on the phone, where it goes into power saving or something. I've turned all them off as they've recommended on the AA wireless site, and it still doesn't work. So I've given up on the S10. The S10 for me doesn't work, but this one does work, and I'll just show you how we went about that. So with the Android Auto wireless, the AA adapter, you get a manual with it, and in the manual it has on the back of it a QR code, and what you do, you scan the QR code to download the app, and once the app's installed on your phone, you can then connect up the unit to your bike. So I scanned the QR code. It was no problem. I scanned it with my phone, and then when I scanned it, it comes up with the app, and it asks you to install the app, which I did. And here it is. The lighting wasn't very good here because it was a sunny day, and I might even redo this video altogether in a better sort of condition. So I only did this today, and it was a bit dodgy video, but it gives you an idea of how it's working for now, so I get a good video out. And also, this is me starting it up, and it says, do you want to allow it to connect? Well, you just follow the instructions that come up on the phone. That's all you got to do. So it's saying here, get started there, so you need to press that button, which I will in a minute. Get rid of the book, don't need the QR code anymore, and you basically, all you have to do is follow exactly what it says on the screen. And now there I'm plugging the wireless cable in. You have to first plug it into the adapter, which I have here. It's only a very, very small adapter. And you have to allow it on your phone as well. So it says wireless auto. So you plug in the wireless dongle. It's telling you to do that. And there is the dongle, upside down, but that's it. It's got one USB-C connection on that, and it asks you to plug it in. So I plugged it in. And the lead I used to use, this was 2 meters long, but this one is only a very short lead. I'm going to have to find somewhere to hide this as well, or make something to make it waterproof, because that's not waterproof in any way, shape or form. So we plugged the wireless dongle in, and we press continue, and you should see power on light flashing, which it is in green. And what it's doing now is asking you to choose a device. So it's searching for the dongle. There's the dongle it's found, and it's now connecting to that dongle. And if you see on the top, it says launching 59 seconds, and it's counting down to 57. So what it does, it will count all the way down. Once it's counted down, it comes up with this on the screen. It asks you to enable, comes up on the screen, Now you see this flashing here, the heated grips flashing. That's something we'll come on to later. Now enable, disable. So you should enable, and you should also say remember my choice. Now I did that and it didn't connect up the first time. Or it did, but it tried to connect up again. And I didn't, it said, now you see that there, it's done it again. That's because I didn't say remember my choice. Now I'm just going to do something here, which is just going to smoke up. Where's that gone? I'm just going to close the video, the screen a little bit more, because what I don't want to do is to put my location out there basically. So I'm going to close this down just a little bit. Now you can see the screen there. Anyway, it's asking me to enter that. The video that I post online this weekend, when I've done it, will show the full screen. So I'm going to play that again a bit more. And you can see what will happen is this here will connect. It's waiting to connect now. It's counting down in seconds, so it's probably got about 10 seconds left. And what will happen is as soon as it connects, the light on the dongle goes blue and the screen changes to Android Auto, and it's quite instant. So here it's asking me again now. You see it's not ticked on the right hand side. It says remember my choice, and for some reason a couple of times I had to press that to make it remember. So here I did it once more, I think, and once I did that it connected. Now I'm realizing it wants me to press the button again, so I press it again and Android Auto starts up. So it connected, which was a bit of a success. So I was quite happy at that time. So what I had to do, I disconnected it and connected it back up again without the, just from scratch. As you can see, there's the dongle there plugged in. And this is, yeah, that happened a few times where I had to tell it to remember, but eventually it got the message and it stayed connected. So after I turned the power off and powered it back on again, it was always working. So this one here is where I turned everything off and started back up again. The dongle is going to have to go somewhere. If you've got one of these, where you're going to put the dongle on a short lead like that, you can only put it under the fairing or something like that. That's definitely going to get wet, and this one here is not waterproof at all, and it will kill it very, very shortly, I reckon. So that's where I finished on there. Now what I did then, I then tried to connect it to the S10. Because I thought if the S10 won't work on a lead, I'll try it with the dongle. And this is what happened. So let me see, I did exactly the same procedure on here as the other one. I went through the motions of scanning a QR code, and remember this is the other phone, the Galaxy S10, and I downloaded the app. The app loaded okay, no problem, and once I had the app on there, it went through the same system, the same way of connecting, but it came up with an error message. And here's the error message. Right, so I first of all had to allow it, which I did, with a, here is the message you will get when you try to connect it. Now when I connected it to the, let me just pause that a minute. When I connected it via the wired connection, the Android Auto was going on and off, on and off, on and off, and it wasn't staying locked. Now it looks like it's something to do with the battery power. And it's telling us here that it wants it to be changed to unrestricted in the settings on your app settings. So what I had to do, I had to go into Android Auto app and change the settings to unrestricted. So I basically gave up with it because it was driving me nuts. So I've come to the conclusion that you can't run the wireless or Android Auto at all with the the Samsung S10. So I gave up on it. And I know that's a bit rough, the showing it there, but when I put the video out, it'll be a lot clearer than that. But the wireless adapter, the AA wireless adapter, works okay with the motorbike. With the Google 7, works perfectly. And tomorrow I'll give it a ride out to see if it's any better than a wired connection. Now, I did have a flat battery. Earlier in the video, I had this heated grip light come on, warning come on. Now, I haven't turned the heated grips on or done anything with the motorbike. And if you notice here, the fuel is actually showing, it was 3 or 4 bars, the fuel, it wasn't empty. You can see the fuel there, there's 4 bars on the fuel. And the heated grips are flashing. But look at the battery voltage. The battery voltage has dropped off to 8.9 volts. In other words, we're flattening the battery. Because I had the Android Auto playing around with it for so long, with the lights on and everything else, it was about an hour or 2 hours or an hour and a half I was playing around with it. The battery voltage, and I never even noticed it at the time, has gone right down. So now I'm at 8.6, it's dropping off to. And what happens when it gets to 8.5 volts or thereabouts, you see it's just happened now. What's happened is the fuel gauge has gone empty. All the bars have gone. And that light and that warning for the heated grips is still flashing. But you'll see this has lost all the bars. So the fuel gauge has stopped working at about 8.4 volts. And you can see it's flashing red. So that means you've got a problem. If you ever see that happening, it means your battery's flat. Now we're down to 8.3 volts, and what happens is the bike shuts down, the battery goes off. And while I was fiddling around with this adapter, I didn't notice what was happening. And there's something up there as well, there's like a white message there, but I can't see what the message is on the video. Now we're at 7.7. And also you've got the heated grips flashing, and you've also got the red fuel light flashing, and you've also got this message on the screen, whatever that means. I can't see what it says. Sure, it went round about now. Yeah. So what's happened now is the bike shut down, and that's when I realized something was wrong, and I couldn't start the bike. Bike was completely flat. So that's why I had a flat battery on the NT1100. I'm going to close the stream there, I think. So I'd like to say thank you for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Have a wonderful evening, and bye for now.